Hi, have you lost someone you love to suicide? Let's talk about it for a minute. I just wanted to give you some hard earned advice. Having lost both my son and my husband to suicide many years ago, I learned very early on during my grief journey that I could not take on responsibility for what they chose to do. If I were to accept responsibility for their death, whether real or made up or just in my mind or being blamed by others or whatever that circumstance looks like for you, I would not have survived that grief journey. The truth is, being short of pulling the trigger yourself or handing them the pills, you did not have anything to do with their death. This was a choice that they made and that they carried out. I believe that the soul, each and every one of us walking this earth right now, has sovereignty. In other words, we are sovereign beings and we are responsible for our own choices. We are responsible for our own paths in life. And we are responsible, just like we're children, responsible for their mistakes. The parents can guide them, but they can't prevent the child from making those choices. I cannot prevent anyone from taking their own life. And it's kind of odd that I would even think about shouldering that responsibility. We make up stories in our own head while we're grieving, looking for blame. Everybody looks for blame after a suicide death, but don't take that on yourself. If you didn't pull a trigger or hand them the pills, then there is no reason for you to accept any blame for what they've done. It's easier said than done, I know. But if you want some help chasing those looping thoughts of self guilt and blame and, all the shame that comes with it, if you need some help with that, then go to my website, whiteelephantwisdom.com. You'll find a blog there where I write about it. You'll find links to a book that I wrote about it, details about how I walked through these journeys, details of the stories of my grief. In between those two suicides, I also walked my daughter to death's door after a long battle with cancer. So I've got a lot of experience forged in pain, and my leadership is rooted in survival. I bring these skills to the table. On my website, you can read my blog, you can work with me privately in sessions if you'd like, or you can purchase my book and get a lot of information from that. There are also various resources on my website and links to various books and websites that you can find additional information on. But nobody needs to take any blame, nor do I feel that your deceased beloved needs to take any blame either. It is what it is. They were done with this life for whatever reason they decided, and they left. We do not need to shoulder that as some kind of a blame, some kind of a failing as a parent or a friend. Mm-mm, not having it. I hope it helps.